Today is Friday of the 6th week in Ordinary Time. And today we find ourselves in the library of the Jesuit community at Wolfington Hall on the Georgetown University campus. This week we are reading the letter of James as our first reading this week and next. And right from the beginning, the author sets a high bar. Do you want proof, you ignoramus, that faith without works is useless? The word ignoramus is Latin, meaning literally, we do not know. In U.S. law, the word stands as a grand jury's verdict, asserting that insufficient evidence exists to warrant an arrest and a trial. In colloquial English, the word is used in the singular to refer to someone who has failed to align word and deed, and so now appears hypocritical and stupid. Last Wednesday's first reading, 2 days ago, the author asserts that religion that is pure and undefiled before God and the Father is this: to care for orphans and widows in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. Seems pretty clear to me. Then, on Thursday, yesterday, the author gives an example of the impure, defiled, and unfaithful religion of the ignoramus. If a man with gold rings and fine clothes comes into your assembly, and a poor person with shabby clothes also comes in, and you pay attention to the one wearing the fine clothes and say, "Sit here, please," while you say to the poor one, "Stand there," or "Sit at my feet," have you not made distinctions among yourselves and become judges with evil designs? Again, seems pretty clear to me. Then, in today's reading, if a brother or sister has nothing to wear and has no food for the day, and one of you says to them, "Go in peace, keep warm, and eat well," but you do not give them the necessities of the body, what good is it? It all seems so simple, and yet we encounter such blindness all the time. How do people do it? I must admit that I am ignorant of the answer, in the sense of not knowing, without, I hope, being an ignoramus. I think this term describes people who simply do not know, for some unfathomable reason. Take, for example, those who drive the speed limit in the fast lane on the highway. They are soon followed by a long line of frustrated drivers, but they remain oblivious. If they are so clueless when the evidence is so obvious, how must they be in the rest of their lives? Ignoramus sounds like a good descriptor to me. Then there's what William Gilbert, in his operetta The Mikado, calls the idiot who praises with enthusiastic tone all centuries but this and every country but his own. Then there are the people who see the discrepancy between their word and their deed and contrive self-serving reactions, like Mitt Romney's 47% of the population who are lazy, or the ultra-rich calling themselves the job creators. George Bernard Shaw said that the problem with the poor is poverty. The problem with the rich is uselessness. Then there are those of us who see the discrepancies but are powerless to do anything about it. Our powerlessness can lead us to humility and to poverty of spirit. And, Jesus reminds us, in this poverty we are blessed, and we receive the kingdom of God. This is the first beatitude. And we receive the grace to persevere in the fight against suffering and injustice, a fight against all who are ignorami or ignoramuses, both of which are correct plural forms of ignoramus. In conclusion, the author of James offers us a simple summary. For just as the body without a spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. So crisp and clear. Let's stick with this formulation before the theologians and the philosophers get a hold of it. Talk about ignorami and ignoramuses.